the last section of chapter 6. All right. How do we find remaining loan balance? So the short answer is we've already done it. So remember our loan payment formula. This says that it takes T years to pay off a loan of P. So we just kind of change our framework a little bit. So to solve these sorts of problems, we're going to first find our monthly payment, and then we're going to calculate the remaining loan balance. And be careful because it's going to be based on the remaining time of the loan. Let's not worry about that too much just yet. Let's jump into an example and see how that's going to manifest. Okay. So if a mortgage at a 6% interest rate has payments of $2,000 a month, just writing down all the things that we're realizing as we say this. If we're paying it every month, then K is 12 times a year. How much will the loan balance be? 10 years. Okay, we needed remaining time. Okay, 10 years from the end of the loan, that is remaining time. That's good. That's what we want. The remaining time is going to be T. Because in our previous ones, that's really what it was too, right? 30 years to pay off this loan. We had 30 years left, so T was 30. Okay, T is always the remaining time when it comes to loan questions. So how much will the loan balance be 10 years from that? Well, it's basically just setting it up the same way. The loan balance will be our payments times 1 minus 1 plus R over K. I'm getting sick of writing this, but it's helpful. Just the same formula here. Step 1 was to find our monthly payments. This one told us our monthly payments. And you might feel a little strange saying, Jason, we don't know how much this loan started at. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what this loan started at to ask how much will the loan balance be 10 years from the end. If we know the monthly payment, that just describes everything for us. The monthly payment and how much time is left. Start doesn't matter. What matters is how much time is left and what our monthly payments is. So yeah, we just plug everything in. Paying $2,000 a month, 1 plus. Whoa, 1 minus. Sorry. 1 minus 1 plus R over K, the negative K times T all over R over K. And again, these should look pretty familiar. Like we're doing the same thing many times, which is hopefully helpful. All right, so the payment is that 2,000. Whoa, I don't want to type that all in again. 2,000 times 1 minus 1 plus 0.06 over 12. The negative 12 times 10 years are left. This is going to be a 0.06. Then we're going to double check to make sure everything matches. Looks pretty good. 180, 146.91. That's it. We're done. That's how much is left on the loan. And again, we still have interest. We're going to be paying more than that. That's how much is left on the loan. When there's 10 years left, we're making this mortgage payment. All right, one more example to finish off this section. A couple purchases a condo with a $300K mortgage at, so maybe the condo was worth more and they put a down payment. So they only have to borrow $300K at 6.5% interest for 30 years with monthly payments. What will the remaining balance on the mortgage be after 5 years? So this one's much harder. We don't know the monthly payments, right? And after 5 years doesn't tell us T immediately. Remember that T is how much time is remaining. After 5 years, how much time is remaining? 25. 30 years at the start, 5 years later, 25 years are left. Okay. So how do we find these more complicated questions? Step 1 was to find the monthly payments. Step 2 was doing what we did in example 6. So we got kind of different T's here, so watch out. So we know that the initial P, let's find the monthly payments first. I'm going to copy down this formula for the 50th time. I sound a little angry about that. No, none of you are forcing me to write this formula down, but it's good. It's a good habit. So first we need to find the monthly payments. So if we have 300,000 at the start, we can find our monthly payments that way. 1 minus, 1 plus. 6.5% is 0.065. And at the start, there's 30 years remaining. All right. And again, just very similar to before, this is our big red box. You can find the big red box and then divide it over. So PMT times big red box. We do that. It's going to be 6.5%. And there's going to be 30 years. Let's make sure we typed it in correctly. Yeah, it looks pretty good. The big red box is 158.211. Then we can divide both sides and find our monthly payments at the start. All right, so it'll be 300K divided by 158.211. 1896.20. All right, so already quite a bit better than the 400K mortgage. I guess it's 3/4 of the price, but all right, this is more doable. Also dual income. Well, we don't know if it's dual income, but there's 2 people. That helps. All right, so that was step 1, right? Finding the payment. And once we find the monthly payments, then it's just like the previous example. So it's still the same formula here, but now we're curious how much. We don't know what P is going to be now. If we have these monthly payments, and most of the other things are the same. 0.065 over 12. But now we're not curious about paying this off in 30 years. We're curious, how much is P now? P was 300K when there's 30 years left, right? 300K when there are 30 years left. We want to know how much is it when there's 25 years left. So this now becomes a 25, and this is still 0.065 over 12. And now we just type in that whole side, and we can find out how much there is 25 years left. So 1896.20, and this becomes a 25. Also, notice, let's say we forgot. Say we forgot to turn this into a 25. Look at what happens for P. Well, it says if there's 30 years left, we got about a 300K loan. That's what we thought, right? We took out a 300K mortgage in the first place. Oh, so we can actually very quickly see, okay, after 5 years, we have 280K left. We didn't pay much at all in those first 5 years. It's all going to interest. In another 5 years, down to 254. Another 5 years, 217. Another 5 years, 166. Another 5 years, 96. Okay. 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year. It's changing a lot faster near the end. Is, one of the annoyingly counterintuitive things about conventional loans. Right? At the beginning, you're not really paying anything and you don't have any money. Near the end, you're going to have more money probably, and you're contributing a lot more to your principal. So Kind of felt always really backwards to me from what I wanted. 280, 832. 0.33. And yes, speaking from the point of view of someone who does have a recent mortgage, it's pretty depressing to be like, wow, I'm paying these huge monthly payments, and after a couple years, we have not made much progress on this $300K loan. But we do what we can. That's how we do these problems. Let me know if you have any questions, and have fun.